What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about how a knockout that happened last weekend has made ESports Boxing Club look even more realistic and mind-blowing. So with the weekend on the 10th or 11th of April, F.A. Ajaba, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, beat Brian Howard. He beat Brian Howard by knockout. This was vicious. This was vicious. Oh! And then if we stop with this point, if we go back in time to when the fight announcement episode 1 dropped for ESports Boxing Club, and they shoot them 12 seconds or 15 seconds of gameplay, and it got torn apart, obviously, because people are negative fucking assholes. Even though it was pre-alpha, it still got torn apart. But one thing in particular that we saw was the Joe Frazier knocking out David Adelaide with a singular punch. And now, when that happened, when that gameplay happened, I defended it, Fanatico defended it. One thing I pointed out that I loved was the way David Adelaide's body collapsed, how realistic it looked. And obviously, I got torn apart because that was the thing to do. Anyone defending it would get torn apart, and that's what happened. And I'm not going to put that blame on anyone, but I think, unfortunately, when creators bag on things, fans tend to just follow their lead. So obviously, a lot of us got torn apart, including myself, for defending the gameplay, and it apparently looks so unrealistic, it looks so unrealistic. So what I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to show you guys the F.A. Ajaba, if I haven't already during editing, knockout that happened last weekend. Oh! And I mean, as you can tell, that shit is fucking brutal. And then I'll show you guys the Joe Frazier, David Adelaide knockout from ESports Boxing Club. Shit is also brutal. And so, one thing that I said is the way his body falls, kind of, he gets hit, brain, body, everything shuts off, and he just crumbles to the ground. I said I love the way his body just folded over, real ragdoll animation. Lots of people disagreed with me. However, if you watch, yet again, let's show you guys again, the F.A. Ajaba knockout. Oh! His body collapses and crumbles in the same manner. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these two shots side by side so you guys can see the similarities, I suppose, in the two. And not, while it is they get hit by different shots, David Adelaide throws that, not David Adelaide, Joe Frazier throws that big leaping hook, whereas F.A. Ajaba throws what looks to be just like a right straight. And while both punches are filled with tons of aggression, they're obviously hit by different sides. Right hand from F.A. Ajaba, left hand by Joe Frazier. The bodies crumble in the same way. Yes, they don't lean the same way, but they completely crumble and just shut down in the same way. So I'll put the side by side on rotation a couple of times so you guys can really kind of see it and have a look at it. So for me, not only did this knockout, one, help his career, of course, but two, this, I feel like it elevated ESports Boxing Club. People that look closer, this elevated it, because this showed how they were spot on it to begin with. This knockout happened in real life, and this knockout showed how realistic the ESports Boxing Club gameplay was back then. Think how realistic it could be now. We haven't seen it since the alpha gameplay, but the knockout with Joe Frazier and David Adelaide was all the way back during the first fight announcement, before the alpha gameplay was even ready. So, that being said, I mean, this showed how spot on they got it. As simply as that. This showed how spot on they got this ragdoll animation. And while every knockout won't be like that, this showed how clean, how crisp, and how accurate they got the knockout animation, sorry. I felt like I had to cover it, and, yeah, fucking awesome. Good, you know, honestly. Not only was it a fantastic knockout, it was also something that's going to help ESports Boxing Club prove how realistic they were. We've literally had a perfect example thrown in our faces, and it's hard to ignore it. And, you know, well done to F.A. Ajaba. And well done to the guys at Steel City for both having a pretty much crisp, realistic KO. Yes, obviously it was a real fight with F.A. Ajaba, but the similarities are insane. The way the body crumbles is so similar, so realistic, honestly. And this just elevated it and proved the ESports Boxing Club right. And yet again, thank God it's proved me right too. But yeah, I just thought I'd make a video on this really quick, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.